Okay, folks. So I'm thinking it's not a coincidence that there were just a couple of really high altitude volcanic blasts over by Australia and New Zealand area. It's not a coincidence. The NROL has been on a mission and an objective called the Antipodean Adventure, folks. And I don't think it's a coincidence that we just recently had two very large high altitude volcanic blasts at a time when the NROL is launching more of their missions, their rockets. It's not a coincidence. And in case y'all aren't familiar with it, I've already done a few videos on it. The NROL's Antipodean Adventure. Research it, folks. Look it up. Because it seems to me like maybe the NROL and the so-called scientists and astroscientists are attempting to shift the magnetic poles, to shift the magnetic lines, to drag and pull our electromagnetosphere into a different position. It's called the Antipodean Adventure. Look it up, folks. These people are taking matters that they shouldn't have into their hands. They're playing around with things they have no business playing around with, and I don't think it's a coincidence that there were just two very high altitude volcanic blasts blocking out the sky. I wonder why they would want the sky all blocked out at a time when they are launching multiple rockets from the New Zealand area. Okay, the NRO launches from that area like every day, like clockwork, routine, like every half hour. Look it up. And they don't break from their routine. So right now the NROL is launching things up there, and it's not being really seen by anyone because it's completely blocked out from volcanic ash. It's not a coincidence. Look it up. Research the Antipodean Adventure, folks. If you think that all of this stuff going on with the electromagnetic field and all this electrostatic energy and all of these different events occurring with our weather patterns is all just naturally occurring, do a little bit more research into the NROL and their more recent launches and missions and objectives to shift the pole, to shift the electromagnetic field. They're attempting to make things happen that wouldn't naturally occur because they had their so-called scientists and experts making predictions about what the world would be like right now in 2023. And their predictions haven't been coming true. And the only way that some of their predictions have been able to actually see the light of day is because they have been influencing it directly with their science. All right? And what's going on now is not natural. What's going on now is being influenced by bigger forces at play that have no business being at play. Yeah. Folks, look it up, please. Look up some information about the Antipodean Adventure from the NROL and the launches that they do every day like clockwork from the New Zealand area. And then tell me again that these volcanoes that have just erupted over there with these really high altitude volcanic blasts are natural.